You ever sat across from a woman, heart racing, palms sweating, analyzing every word she says, wondering if she wants you the way you want her? Let me tell you something that might sting. If a woman wants to sleep with you, you won't need to decode her. She'll make it obvious. Not through words alone, but through presence, energy, and effort. We live in a world where men are constantly second-guessing themselves. Is she playing hard to get, or is she just not interested? Is she busy, or are you simply not a priority? Let me be real with you, because you deserve real. Most of the emotional torment men go through in dating isn't because of rejection. It's because of false hope. And that hope is born from ignoring the truth. A woman who desires you won't hide behind excuses. She won't leave you in confusion. She will say it, not always with her lips, but in every choice she makes to be close to you. This video isn't about game. It's about waking up to your worth. It's about stepping into your power as a man who no longer begs for breadcrumbs of affection. Because when a woman truly wants you, you'll feel it. And when she doesn't, you'll feel that too. Now let's break this down emotionally, clearly, truthfully. Let's stop romanticizing confusion. It's not sexy. It's not mysterious. It's not a test. It's a no in a pretty dress. Too many men waste months, sometimes years, chasing the ghost of a maybe. Reading between lines that were never meant to be read. Waiting for clarity from someone who benefits from your confusion. Let me break this down for you. When a woman is into you genuinely, deeply, physically, emotionally, there is no guessing. Her energy is consistent. Her messages are clear. Her presence is intentional. You won't find yourself overthinking every text. You won't be wondering why she hasn't responded in 2 days. You won't feel like you're walking on eggshells trying to not mess it up, because there will be nothing to decode. Confusion is a tactic, sometimes intentional, sometimes subconscious. It keeps you orbiting around her while she decides if you're worth her time. It feeds the ego. It gives her power. But here's what it does to you. It chips away at your confidence, clouds your judgment, and steals your time. Let me say this clearly. A woman who desires you won't send mixed signals. She won't flirt one day and ghost the next. She won't be hot and cold into you only when it's convenient or when she's bored. True desire is steady. It may not always be loud, but it is reliable. So why do so many men stay in confusion? Because they're afraid of the truth. The truth that maybe she doesn't want you as much as you want her. And that's a painful pill to swallow, especially when you've already imagined a future with her. But here's the thing. Clarity hurts once. Confusion hurts endlessly. Choose the pain that sets you free, not the one that keeps you trapped. When in doubt, ask yourself, if she were me, would I be okay treating someone I care about this way? If the answer is no, then you already know. She's just not that into you. And you, king, are worth more than emotional limbo. You don't need to decode her. You need to detach and reclaim your clarity. Confusion is not chemistry. It's emotional cruelty dressed up in curiosity. Walk away from it. Choose peace over potential. Let me make something uncomfortably clear. If you're always the one reaching out first, you're not being pursued, you're being tolerated. There's a lie that many men have been fed that it's the man's job to do all the chasing. That if you just try hard enough, text long enough, and prove yourself consistently, she'll eventually see your value and return the energy. But that's not how human attraction works. That's not how desire works. Desire is mutual. Effort is reciprocated. A woman who wants you doesn't sit back and wait for your good morning text. She sends it. She doesn't respond when she can. She makes time to reach out to you. Not because she's desperate, but because you're on her mind. Too many men confuse politeness with interest. Just because she replies doesn't mean she cares. Some women respond out of boredom, convenience, or even guilt. But when a woman initiates contact, it means something deeper. She's emotionally engaged. She wants to hear your voice. She wants to know how your day went. She wants to feel connected to you, even through a screen. That's not something you beg for. That's not something you earn through long essays or constant check-ins. That's something that comes naturally when attraction is real and shared. So ask yourself, is she ever the first to reach out? Does she randomly check on you or only reply when you initiate? Has she ever called just to hear your voice? If your answer is no to all of the above, then she's not thinking about you the way you're thinking about her. And as hard as that is to accept, it's far better than living in delusion. You don't need a woman who answers your call. You need one who wants to hear your voice before you even dial. A woman who desires you will make contact feel effortless, not like a chore. She'll reach for you even when you're not reaching for her. So stop chasing texts. Stop reading into one-word replies. Pay attention to who reaches out when the room goes silent. Because when a woman wants you, you won't have to remind her you exist. Let's talk about time, because time is truth. A woman can say anything with her lips. I really like you. You're special. Let's hang out soon. But if her actions don't reflect those words, then they're nothing but smoke and mirrors. Because where she invests her time, she invests her heart. We live in a busy world. Everyone has work, obligations, errands, and routines. But the hard truth is this: people make time for what and who they value. You don't need to be a scheduling expert to see where you stand in someone's life. If she's always too busy to see you, too tired to talk, or constantly rescheduling, then the message is loud and clear: you're not a priority. But a woman who truly desires you emotionally, physically, and soulfully will make space for you in her world. Not because she has extra time, but because she wants you in it. She'll adjust her day, she'll carve out a moment, she'll invite you into her routine, not as an obligation, but as an expression of desire. And she won't do it begrudgingly. It won't feel like you're pulling teeth. It will feel like a welcome, an open door, a conscious choice. So if you constantly feel like you're fighting for a slot in her calendar, step back. You shouldn't have to compete with her distractions to feel seen. Here's something most men don't realize. When a woman genuinely wants you, she doesn't just fit you in. She rearranges her life to include you. Even if it's 10 minutes on a busy day, even if it's a quick voice note just to say, I'm thinking of you. Even if she's overwhelmed, she'll make sure you know you matter. Now ask yourself, are you always the one adjusting your time for her? Does she ever go out of her way to see you or check in? Do you feel like a priority or a placeholder? A woman who wants you doesn't find time. She creates it. You don't need to beg for attention. You need to pay attention to who makes space for you and who makes excuses. Because love doesn't hide in a packed schedule. It shows up, even when life gets chaotic. When a woman wants to be close to you, she won't just tell you. She'll show you. You don't need to second guess the energy in the room. Attraction has a frequency. It pulses in the way she leans toward you. It hums in the way her hand grazes your arm when she laughs. It reveals itself when she finds a reason, any reason, to sit closer, to touch your shoulder, to stand just a little longer after saying goodbye. Physical closeness is a language, and when she wants you, her body speaks before her words ever do. Too many men miss the signs because they're too focused on what she says. But desire doesn't always live in sentences. It lives in moments. When she mirrors your movements without realizing it. When she bites her lip, tucks her hair behind her ear, or looks away with a shy smile. When her body opens toward you, not crossed arms or turned shoulders, but an invitation. That's not an accident. That's intention without words. And here's something every man needs to understand. Women protect their physical space, especially around men they don't feel safe with or don't desire. So when she lets you into her proximity, into her energy, it's not casual, it's emotional permission. A silent way of saying, I'm comfortable with you. I'm intrigued by you. I want to be closer. Now contrast that with a woman who keeps her distance, who avoids touch, who leans away when you lean in, who stiffens when you hug her, or pulls back when your hand grazes hers. That's not playing hard to get. That's not interested. No matter how polite she island, no matter how friendly she seems, if her body closes, her heart isn't open. So don't get lost in fantasy. Ask yourself, does she touch you without a reason? Does she stand a little too close, linger a little too long, look at you a little too deeply? If the answer is yes, that's feminine desire revealing itself. You won't need to guess when a woman wants you physically. She'll remove the space between you. Because when she's into you, closeness isn't awkward. It's natural. It's warm. It's intentional. Let's get real. A woman who wants you moves toward you. She doesn't disappear for days and come back with poetic apologies. She doesn't dodge intimacy behind a wall of excuses. She doesn't keep you guessing while dropping little breadcrumbs to keep you around. She makes moves, intentional ones, clear ones, consistent ones. When a woman is into you, she doesn't hide behind, I've been busy, I'm not ready, or I've been hurt before. Those might sound like reasons, but in most cases, they're gentle ways of saying, I like your attention, but I don't want to give you mine. I enjoy the comfort of your presence, but I don't desire to deepen it. I don't want to be with you, but I don't want to lose you either. And I know that stings. But this isn't about blame, it's about recognition. When a woman really wants something, she will show up for it. Emotionally, physically, spiritually, just like you do when you care, just like you fight for what matters to you. We often say women are emotional creatures, and they are, which means that when she feels something real, she'll follow it. She won't overthink it to death. She'll lean into it. She'll move through her fears, not use them to shut you out. So when her actions don't line up with her words, believe the actions. If she always has an excuse for why she can't meet up, why she's not ready, why she's distant, she's making a choice, even if she wraps it in softness. On the flip side, when a woman wants you, she'll find a way. She'll take that late night call. She'll find a ride. She'll make time. She'll break her own patterns to make space for you in her world. So ask yourself, is she actually moving toward me or just explaining why she can't? Are her actions deepening the connection or delaying it? Excuses are the enemy of clarity. You don't need someone who makes you wait for the stars to align. You need someone who moves now because her desire for you is stronger than her fear. A woman who wants you doesn't explain it. She acts on this is going to be one of the hardest truths to hear, but also one of the most freeing. If you have to convince her to choose you, you've already lost her. You weren't born to audition for love. You weren't created to pitch your worth like a product in a store window. And yet, that's what so many men end up doing. Chasing approval, bending over backward, trying to prove they're good enough. But here's what you need to understand. The right woman doesn't need convincing. She needs presence. She needs truth. She needs you to show up, not perform. When a woman really wants you, she sees your value before you list your achievements. She feels your energy without you explaining your plans. She chooses you based on connection, not persuasion. But when she doesn't, you'll find yourself over-explaining, over-giving, and overstaying. You'll send paragraph-long texts to justify your feelings. You'll shower her with gifts, hoping she sees you. You'll tolerate emotional inconsistency just to keep the illusion alive. And every time she pulls away, you'll give a little more of yourself to fill the gap until there's nothing left but resentment and confusion. Stop doing that. Stop shrinking yourself to fit into someone's indecision. A woman who's emotionally unavailable, half invested, or lukewarm will always require more effort than she gives in return. Not because you're not good enough, but because she's not open enough to receive you. If it feels like you're always trying to prove your worth, it's not love, it's emotional labor. And the moment you find yourself trying to convince her to feel something she doesn't already feel on her own, you've already stepped into a losing battle. Love is not a debate to be won. It's a recognition, a spark, a choice made in silence, not with a sales pitch. So here's your wake-up call. Stop chasing who's not sure about you. Stop proving yourself to someone who doesn't see your light. Because a woman who truly desires you will never need a presentation. Your presence alone will be enough.